Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 11, Campaign 11, Week 1, Day 2. So today, of course, we got ourselves the faction of Frostfire Keep. Just gonna run through that with a quick kill team. We have access to, this should be blue and yellow. So we do have access to Rowan quick kill, we have access to Tesla with Tesla and Holy Saint Astra. We have access to Iron Gut builds. Though for the earlier fights, we wouldn't really need that. Which one did we actually show for the video? Let's see. Oh, did I actually overwrite it? That's funny. Because I was still going to use that. Well, we could just build our own then. I'm pretty sure I would have went down the Rowan route. Though, I'm pretty sure I showed Tesla for the other one. Though we don't actually need a Tesla build for this particular one. But, yeah, let's go build one. That's not the mode I need, though. Though we will be doing that as well. The other daily. And, of course, we got our first dragon today. I'm pretty sure you guys already saw based on the other video. However, I always keep forgetting his name, Topazarf or something. But yeah, we got Topazarf. Overall, not bad. Curious to see how the other ones pan out. I do feel like he might be one of the slightly weaker ones comparatively. Some of the stronger ones are going to be like purple, green, brown. Those three probably going to be some of the highest, I would say, as far as the kind of synergies you can end up getting out of them. But all of them have potential. Even the Topazarf wasn't too bad. Though really curious to see how the final dragon will end up working once we have all 6 colors. Though that will be quite some time, as you know, we need to go get all the dragons, and we only have 1 of 6. And of course, you can get repeats of ones you already have. Anyways, I guess we're building a team from scratch for this. So we do have access to yellow, which one thing that we could actually do off of this is kind of funny is Chalcedony. So we do have access to Chalcedony builds if we so choose. I'm very tempted just to go Rowan. But now that I think about it, there's not really like a good empower for yellow or the other thing, is there? So you know what? We might just go down Chalcedony. It's either that or Rowan route, either or. Oh, you know what? We have access to yellow. Why don't I just do Circo and Hadley? Actually, I'm pretty sure this is one I should for the video too, duh. I could just do a guard, Circo and Hadley. If I could spell guard correctly. And then just put like a Harpy Mage behind it. And then, like something in first slot, doesn't really matter what. And then just some weapon. Where is some weapon? Abel Crystal, you count as some weapon. There we go. Alright, man, that's our team. And then we change our banner. Actually, I should change the class as well. In this particular situation, Brainstorm would be nice, so let's go like some Titan or something. And then we'll just switch it over to all-in banner, like a brown-red, actually brown-yellow. If I could ever click the right one. And yeah, this seems good enough. Minusing purple shouldn't really matter. Can we minus a better color? Not really, so let's go with that. Alright, that seems like the plan. And we'll just roll that for the battles here then. Not sure this is the exact one we showed in the video, but pretty sure it's pretty close. But yeah, there's Rowan, there's Chalcedony. All the kind of standard, really good ones for everything. For literally everything. Also, I should probably switch to armor if we're going to be doing this build, as I do not currently have one set up for such. Set up for the other events. I need pure armor. That reminds me, have they not added the new offers? Because I noticed I didn't get any of the new offers yet today either, though I did get a nice Imperial, which is cool to see. But I didn't get any of the new offers, which was kind of unfortunate. Has anyone actually been seeing them? Because I've heard a lot of people mentioning they're just not getting them. So there is a chance, even though the other thing said they were going to, they still have not actually updated the tasks, which I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised one bit if that was the case. Anyways, hello everyone. Hope all you've been having a wonderful week so far. Hello Bill. Hello Gimli. Hello Barbara. Hello Genki. Hello, Clipbomb. Hello, Lester. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Chad. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Lester. Hello, Mani. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Your dungeon glitched out on you. You got a perfect run, and it didn't give you the thing. Oh, no. That's so unfortunate. You wonder which of the 4 of the 6 could feed each other for some nice loop. Oh, yeah. I never thought about that. Using 2 dragons? That even crossed my mind, but yeah, you could probably get away with it, some kind of double combo. Which one would work the absolute best? I'm not sure, but obviously they would have to have color overlap with each other. So that would be the first step for having that work. Oddly enough, the yellow one might be good for that. Like the yellow one combined with one of the better ones might actually have some potential. Because he's not blocked by a lot of the better manage generators. Like Throw, Angry Mob's only single block, stuff like that. So it has some potential in that regard. Yeah, that would actually be cool. We would need another dragon to actually test that, as well as one that would actually synergize properly, which we don't know if the next one will or will not be. But we'll have it in about a week, and we'll test it from there. Yeah, we might combine them together, see what we could do. The only problem with if we do that in the context of a video, also all the other ones, we will be doing on stream, by the way. While I open that one off stream, all the rest will be on stream. We're going to test it, and then we're going to have the teams already pre-made for the video, and we'll be doing the testing during the actual stream. So next egg, and all the eggs that we hatch here forth will be on stream. Just the very first one I wanted to do entirely as it's a little independent little video thingy we posted earlier today. But the rest of them will specifically be on stream when we do them. And then we'll just cover our team's video on whatever we come up with. And that's the game plan, which will also make the video a lot shorter because, gosh, I was not expecting that video to be that long, like an hour. I was expecting to be closer to 30 minutes. And, yeah, it ended up being an hour. Though we did do several battles. Like, it wasn't like we just did, like, 4 battles. I think we did almost, like, 10 or something. Plus all the team building. But yeah, it was fun. I definitely like the concept of new dragons. They have a lot of potential. Really curious to see how the rest of them pan out. Though I wish the extra turn chance was slightly higher. I think it happened one time during the entire video. Actually landing an extra turn. And that was with a board setup where we had like a 40-something% chance. But it was barely ever hitting extra turn. Which is kind of unfortunate. But it happens. Also, we have Vault event this weekend, by the way. A couple days from now, we're going to be power grinding as well. We'll be doing a big stream, probably starting around noon every day and just doing it till like 9 or 10 at night. We're pretty much just going to go all day. That's the game plan anyways. We'll see how much we still feel up to it over the course of the week, but I'm going to try doing it. Like 3 10-hour streams. See how far we can get with it. You should be able to get a lot of Volkies in that time. The only problem is we don't have any preemptive verses for the Nomapaloozas. Like, we pretty much burned all of them last time. So we're basically going to have to farm them all from scratch. And by from scratch, I mean finding verse 2. Because I have all the other verses. It's mostly just us finding verse 2 a billion times over. Also, how's the mic quality been, by the way, on some of the videos and the streams? For whatever reason, it's been sounding weirder to me lately. I'm not sure if it's because, like, the angle that I end up doing it at or something. I should probably get a new mic at some point. Could also be just how the computer's picking up on it. Because this mic we've actually had for quite some time. It was kind of funny. Because when we first started the channel ages back, we had, like, an ultra low quality mic. And then we did like a week-long stream to try to raise funds for. I've said this story a couple times. This is back when we were still on Twitch. And within like the first few hours, we actually raised all the money for our new mic the last time. This time around, we'll likely just get our own from scratch, so. Not even sure what I would get though for it. But yeah, this mic's starting to get like what? Because it was around when we started the channel, so it's like almost 7 years old now, this mic. It's like 6.5, I think. And it's definitely about time for an upgrade. I heard USB mics aren't as good as the, whatever that other wired one is called. Which I might need to look into. I'm just not sure exactly how that works. Those other ones. But it might be time to eventually upgrade to a non-USB one. Let's see. I'll take that one over. Because I noticed during some of the videos too, like the audio just cuts out randomly. For no apparent reason. You were close to getting your first perfect dungeon today? Nice. Unfortunate, close does not actually give us the extra. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let me go do our dungeon. We haven't actually done it yet. Because I forgot. For whatever reason, I thought I already did it. But I forgot. When we did the video, I got the Dragonite, but I didn't actually do the dungeon. Because I was going to save the dungeon for tonight. And also the video wouldn't be even longer than it already was. However, that does mean I actually have not claimed my run today. So let's go do it. If we're actually going to get anything from it is within question. We are going to keep clicking the top 3 until it works. Okay, looking promising. Oh, yes. Descend. Okay, we got level 3. Come on. No! Wait, it didn't bring anything up. That was weird. It didn't do the pop-up for it. Oh, so close. Alright, let's go do our fights. But at least we got a staircase downwards. That's good. Anyways, where's the team we kind of been doing for this? Because I've actually been liking that. Phoenicia with Magma Dragon. It's been working out. It's been doing what it needs to do. Surprised that actually gets enough mana. But even though it needs 8 just off of brown, it's been getting it pretty much every time. And now we get slightly more loot from those. And by slightly more, I mean slightly more. It is a very small, minuscule amount of extra loot. However, it definitely adds up. And definitely will be once we reach floor 20. Because I believe that's 2 more diamonds per room, plus a little bit of extra. Which means almost like 3 more diamonds per room. Which might not sound like a lot, but that's 9 more diamonds or so per day. Which over the course of a week is, what's the math on that? That is 63 more diamonds per week. Which when you put it that way is actually a decent handful. But if you put it like you're only getting like 1 or 2 more diamonds each time, it seems pretty low. But that is in effect about 63 more diamonds per week or so. So hello, Roman. Thank you for the support. Greatly appreciated, as always. Let's see what our other trap was. So we got a weakness one, which at this range doesn't really help, do much, and toxic, which also wouldn't have really done anything. There we go. Unfortunately, no perfect run, but we did get steers, and steers are really good. Oh yeah, that's something we could ask. What level are you guys currently at on your dungeon? Let's go make a poll. Let's see. What level floor are you at for dungeons? Let's see. We're going to have a floor 1, which means you found literally no steers. Floor 2, floor 3, and floor 4 plus. Let's do it that way. So 1 basically means you have never found a descending stairs, or you accidentally clicked ascend on one of them. 2 means you found 1, 3 means you found 2, which is where we're at, and 4 plus means you found multiple. Well, obviously multiple, but you know what I mean. You've definitely found several by that point. It is, maybe even like 5 or 6 of them. I'm curious what floor people are on. We're currently level 3. We found one on the very first day, and it took us all the way until today to finally find another one. Which means it took us an entire week before we found a second staircase. Anyways, let's go continue with the current event, and then we'll hand out a code. We need pure armor for this, so let's switch back to pure armor and continue our delving until we get all these done. Yeah, level 3 the other day. Nice. Level 5? Wow. Yeah, it is technically possible to be like level 6 or 7 by now, if you got lucky enough. A lot of people at level 1, surprisingly. So, has anyone accidentally ascended, thinking that that is better? Because you should never take the staircases that go up. You want to take the staircases that go down. To make your higher level. To make your level higher, I mean. But, yeah, it's kind of inverse of Tower of Doom. Because Tower of Doom, you're ascending the tower. But in dungeons, you're descending the dungeon. Because my first thought was like, oh, up is good. But, no, it's actually down that's good. The text on the page kind of says that as well. It's just with a lot of the other modes, going up is actually better. Or, you know, going up makes it go up, but in this case, going down makes it go up. It's easy to tell, too, because the one that's orange, the blue stairs are the down ones, or sorry, the blue stairs are the up ones, which makes it go down. The orange stairs are the good ones that you do want to take, that make you go down, which makes your number go up. That sounds very confusing. But down is good, up is bad. At least for dungeons. I wish it would just made it up, though. Because it is still slightly confusing. But at least it says it in text what it's going to do. That'd be more annoying if it just said, like, up or down, but didn't say, like, hey, this is helping you or hindering you. At least it actually says when you're about to click the button for it. So, should be at level 10 plus for the new year. I feel like it is very possible to have level 20 before the end of the year, for sure. Like, I'm not sure we'll have the dragon, but we'll definitely be at level 20 dungeons by the end of the year, that is for sure. Because at this rate, it's like an averaging, I would say, about 1 per week, give or take. And let's say it kept doing 1 per week forever. That means we'd have it done in, yeah, pretty much end of the year. Actually, we'd be slightly short by then. Because if it was exactly 1 per week from now to the end of the year, we'd be like, what, 3-4 short? So hopefully we'll get a little bit luckier than that. Also, level does not help you at all with getting Dragonite, by the way. I believe it might increase slightly how much Dragonite you get, but the actual odds of you getting a perfect run, of course, is still the same regardless. So in that regard, it's not really helping. Oh, whoops, I just did that with 0. Whoops. He kind of converted the color is going to explode, didn't he? Ooh. Submerge. You know, I was going to pass my turn. We haven't changed. He's going to die into anything. And that counts as an anything. Oh, 2 is actually winning the poll now. Interesting. Let's see, what's the poll breakdown right now? Let me bring the full menu up. Ah, it's pretty widely spread, surprisingly. So 2's at 32%, 1's at 28%, 3's at 24%, and 4 plus is at 16%. There's a pretty even spread between the main 3 then. And then like 15% or so people who are getting really lucky. We've gotten like 5 steers now, but the problem is 3 of them were up and 2 of them were down. And the down ones are the ones we need. I really wish it would just give you a staircase and then like ask you if you want to go up or down. Because that would have been a little bit better. Because that means when you're on the final one, you could still get an up staircase that, or sorry, a down staircase that does nothing then. Unless they specifically coded it so you will never get one at level 20. Because if that still occurs, you're literally going to get a useless staircase that can't do anything. Since it doesn't go higher than level 20. Are you spending gems again to get the Dragonite? I assume that means Dragonite. Until you have all the dragons? Yes. I am spamming the Dragonite literally every day until we have every dragon. Even if that means hitting 0 gems, which I highly doubt it actually will. Because we're just going to be power grinding every Vault event here forth until we have them all. Also, we still have a lot of Vault keys we need to open. Some of which will open this stream. Because I didn't actually last night. But we definitely need to open them. Also, we're going to be spamming a lot of gold keys and glory keys. Like the Mythic this Friday. We're getting a Mythic this Friday. I'm going to spam glory keys for it. And even mention the video why. But it's because, of course, we need the gems. Because it might look like we only have 30,000 something gems, but we have way more than 30,000 something gems. You have to keep in mind all the glory that we can convert into gems, all the glory keys that can be converted to gems, all the gold keys that can be converted to gems, all the vault keys that can be converted to gems. Technically treasure hunt, however, we're not bothering to convert those. That would take forever. There's a lot of things that can convert to gems. Maybe not a super high amount of gems, but if you have a lot of them, which we do, it does convert to quite a handful of them. Like, our whole gold key stack is a lot. Like, if we actually break that down, I'm pretty sure my entire gold key stack is somewhere around almost 50,000 gems itself. Or maybe 5,000. Let me actually break that down. So, let's say we have about 500,000 gem keys. We have slightly less than that, but let's do it based on 500,000. So, if we have 500,000, divide that by 100, and we should be getting about, well, it's 1.5 gems per 100. So, we could actually still break that down. So, let's actually bring it down to 400,000. Let's say we got unlucky. 400,000 keys. So we divide that by 200. That's how many times we're opening. Oh, I just did 2,000. Gosh, misclick. There we go. So that's 2,000 openings. Those 2,000 openings are going to give us approximately 1.5 each, which means 400,000 400,000 gold keys is approximately 3,000 gems. Give or take a little bit. Which, yeah, there's just 3,000 gems sitting right there. That's not even counting all the glory and gold we'd also be getting. Glory actually converts for quite a bit as well. Though I forget how many per 200 you actually get when doing glory. Because you actually get a higher ratio. On gold keys, it's 1 to 2. If I'm not mistaken, on glory, it's 2 to 4 gems every single time you get a gem drop. Also, distribution of gem drops a little bit different. I believe on gold keys, it's a 1% chance. Whereas on glory, it's like a 2.5 or something. If I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I bothered opening them. I believe that's what they break down to. Because it doesn't actually say that there. It says what the percent chance is, but it doesn't actually say the numerical breakdown. But, like a gold key is a 1% chance for 1 to 2 gems. But it doesn't say the 1 to 2 part. And the glory keys are 2.5 to 2 to 4 gems, if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually quite a bit there. So if we do the calculation for that, let's say 100,000 glory keys, because we're pretty much there. So if we take 100,000, We then divide that by 200 for how many openings we're doing. So that would be 500 of them. Every 500, we're getting approximately 10 gems. So yeah, that's about 5,000 gems. So that's about 5,000 gems of glory keys, 3,000 gems of gold keys, and right there we just have 8,000 gems sitting there, not even counting all the vault keys we need to open. So theoretically, we're at 40,000 gems. Anyways, let's keep doing our dungeons. Even though the number doesn't actually say 40,000. And what exactly vault keys come out to, I have no clue. Because that one's very variable. And the game doesn't actually tell you what the odds are on that, so we can't do some quick math. I'm pretty sure someone has data mined it. I'm not sure of the current data mined values for those, though. So if anyone does know what all the vault drops are percent-wise, do let me know. I'm pretty sure someone has data mined. I'm not sure where that info is, though, publicly. If it even is. Because that's one of the info bits that the game does not give us, unfortunately. They really should. It's literally a loot box. What is the over-under on how many glory keys it will take to get the Mythic Friday? It's a roughly 10,000. Well, 10,000 is like at odds. You could easily go to like 15, 20,000 or so. But 10,000 is pretty much when you're at odds for the 0.1%. Like by that point, I think you have like a 60-something% chance or whatever it comes down to. When I say odd odds, I mean just like the number becoming a full 100%. Because that's 1,000 0.1%. But I believe at that point, it's technically like a 60-something% chance you'd have it by then. So realistically, it's close to like 15,000, 20,000 if you get unlucky. Somewhere around 10 to 20,000 you can kind of expect to spend. So that means we have approximately, I would say 7 to 10, well, probably 7 to 9. We have about 7 to 9 mythics just laying around in glory keys. It's basically a whole year's worth of mythics. Like, I could spend it on every mythic for the rest of this year, and it barely will even dent my glory key stack. We'll probably still have 50,000. Which, oddly enough, is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be opening glory keys for every mythic here forth until we have all the gem dragons. Just because the gem dragons are eating a lot of gems. They are very hungry for gems. It's actually one of the bigger gem sinks they've added in a very, very long time. Gold keys is about 4 to 5 per 200. Is it? I always calculate out as about 1.5 per 100. Because it's a 1% chance. You get 1 to 2 keys. So that's a 1.5 per 100, which is 3 per 200. It might seem like you're getting a little bit luckier at times. But it should come out to 3 per 200. Because unless it's weighted differently, there is a chance the 1 or 2 gems is not weighted similarly. But assuming there is a 50% chance to get 1 gem and a 50% chance to get 2 gems, with a 1% chance to get any gems, it would come out to 3 per 200. On average. Obviously, you'll have times where you get like 8, and other times where you get 0. Yeah, the Soulforge update was a pretty big gem sink as well. Though not as bad. Yeah, Gem Dragon's definitely the biggest one in recent memory. Unless I'm forgetting of one. I'll catch you later, Supernova. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we got a lot of keys we need to open over the next couple months, that's for sure. Because all the stacks we've been saving, it's finally time to go and use them for what we've been saving them for. So in this case, particularly gems. I was more so saving them in case there was like some kind of mechanic where we might need to open a bunch of them in the future. But I guess we're just going to have to claim them for their gems at this point. Did I play Arena for the new offers? Well, from what I've seen, the new offers aren't around yet. Has anyone actually like definitively confirmed they're around? Because from what I've been hearing, they're not around. So I haven't been bothering with the Arena, otherwise it'd just be the old drop table. But once it seems like they are in rotation, yeah, we could do some arena to see if we can get some more of them. Well, from what I could tell, they're not actually occurring. Or if they are, they're doing it at like such a low rate. You don't put the music or the other thing in the background? Oh, I actually do. I actually muted it because of something I was doing earlier, but then never actually recorded. But yeah, the music's back in the background. My bad. Yeah, I had it muted for... I didn't even realize that. My bad. But yeah, I had it muted for something else that I didn't actually have enough time to record. There's something for Pokemon I was going to do. Because I needed to do some of the web browse menus, and I didn't want any of the ads or anything like making noise. Oh, I was covering the other thing. I never got around to recording the video. I need to tomorrow. And probably something on Gems of War if I have the time. Oh, so are we getting a new pet tomorrow? I actually don't remember. Oh yeah, we are and we aren't. Like, we are theoretically getting a new pet, but it's a pet that's been around for 4 to 5 months or so. Just a lot of people might not have a copy of it yet. Because it came in a very weird way. I know my guild's gotten it a couple times, however, I've never been around when the guild got it. Because it's normally kind of late at night. But we're getting that little storm cloud that boosts, what's that guy's name? That one blue-yellow that destroys a column. Zephyra or whatever his name is. It begins with a Z. But that guy's getting his pet tomorrow. It's been around for quite some time, but it's a guaranteed chance to get it if you haven't already. And even if you have, you can get more copies of it, because most people probably don't have it maxed. And by most people, I mean probably anyone who hasn't spent gems on it. Likely do not have it maxed, because it has not been out for that long. Like, it's new enough that unless you spend gems on it, you likely don't have it maxed. You might have a copy of it, but you definitely don't have it maxed unless you spend gems. Unless your guild just does a lot of pets and you're around for almost all of them. But yeah, they still need to add a better way to get pets. Especially for newer players. It must be really hard for newer players to get them. Like, you're going to get a nice spread of them. But getting those, like, few really specific ones that you're missing, kind of hard to do. Hopefully it'll do something. All they really have to do is just add some on rotation for Soulforge. Either one color per week, or, you know, one of each color per week. Or do it based on the kingdom, one or the other. Will there be Dragonite offers? We don't currently know if there will be Dragonite offers or not. The only 2 ways that we've seen to be able to get Dragonite, well, technically 3, is one is the main one, spend gems on it every single day through dungeons. 2 is get a perfect dungeon run, but that is purely luck-based, and I still have not gotten one yet. And the third is, there's some in the paid and free side of the pass. So in the current pass right now for the campaign, there's some scattered around. That's actually why we had enough to do it today, was from this 25. But there's also like 10 right there on the free side, another 10.25 right over there. We got ourselves another 10 on the free side. Actually, what's the total on this? Another 10. I never actually did add all those up. How much Dragonite do we have total if we count both the paid and free side? Let's see. So it's 35, 70, 85, 95. That's not a super high amount. And then on the super paid, there's another 100. So theoretically, there's 195. 30 of it's on free side. Okay, so I believe that's 30, 75, and then 100. Right? Oh, wait, but then that would come out to a different number. Wait, so let me see. How many are on each side? So free side has 1, 2, 3, 4, 40. Paid side has 1, 2, 50. Wait, how did I get that weird number earlier then? So yeah, it's 90 and then 190. So free side has 40. Standard paid side has 50, so 90 total. And super paid side has 100, so 190 total. Oh, it's pretty expensive for them if you're doing it just for Dragonite, though. Obviously, you're getting everything else along the way. Anyways, let's go. Oh, do I need more copies of this? I don't think so. Just making sure. Anyways, let's go finish our dungeons up. And then we'll go ahead... Oh, not dungeons. I meant the other dungeon. The faction. And then we'll go hand out a code. And we'll open some vault keys. Oh, yeah, there's Tyrion with the math there right there. Yeah, it's 40, 50, 100, which is 190 total. Which isn't even enough for one egg. You'd kind of think it would be slightly more. Because 190's not even half an egg. Even if you had all three. Not even half an egg. Yeah, I never bothered adding them all up until just now. Like, I knew Dragonite was there, I just didn't bother adding them all. Like, seeing their numbers, it seemed like a pretty trivial amount, and now after adding them, it really seems like a very trivial amount. Like, it did allow us to do the egg today instead of tomorrow. However, aside from that, the rest of the numbers are pretty small. I guess it might help you to get an egg like a day or two earlier here or there. But overall, it's better just to wait. Because you're getting 60 per day. Comparatively, that means in like 3 days, 4 days, you get all of the amount, even if you had the super paid one. In 3 days, you get all but 10, and then in 4 days, you would have more than how much you would have gotten from even the super paid side. Oh, I'll take that over. Alright, hopefully this is enough to kill. If we get lucky enough, it will. Almost. You can just give us a skull, that'd be great, and he does. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go claim our final room here, then we'll go hand out the code. And go from there. Alright, can we cascade there? Yes, we can. Ooh. Oh, I should have taken the other one first, so it doesn't really matter. We didn't need the green. And this team doesn't really need extra turn value. Actually, that reminds me, what does it gain armor based on again? I never normally pay attention to it because it's such a trivial amount of armor. Yeah, it's when you cast a spell. As I say, it's definitely not an extra turn one. I just forgot what the condition was, but it's when you cast a spell. Which is a pretty trivial amount of extra armor that you don't even really put into account most of the time with them. Just because it's doing so little. Though, if I'm not mistaken, it does retroactively add it before the armor check. Which is kind of nice because then it applies the bonus immediately. Surprised I didn't use the new dragon. We probably will a little bit later this stream. Or mess with it a bunch earlier, of course, off stream for the video. But we'll mess with it a little bit on stream. I'm just not a fan of the yellow one. Like, the teams you would build it in to be good, almost any troop would be good in. So it doesn't feel like the dragon has to be there. Like, a lot of the teams we were messing with, well, they did work, and they had, like, an interesting angle, a couple of them. They were all teams that you could do better through other means. Yeah, I didn't actually do any with Harpy Mage. The main reason for that is enchant. If you were doing it in a mode where you had enchant, it would work. But when I was testing, we were doing it all in modes that do not have access to enchant. But yeah, under a enchant circumstance, Harpy Mage would be really good for the dragon. It's just the problem with that is we do not have access to the enchant by default. Unless we do like a Mistralis kind of thing. But then at that point, we might as well just use a different mana accumulator. Genki, did you ever finish your Hollow Knight playthrough? I'm almost tempted to go start and finish Hollow Knight, just so I can go see your playthrough of it. Because I haven't been able to watch like any person's playthrough of Hollow Knight, because I'm trying to avoid any spoilers. And somehow I've managed to do so. Yeah, it's been a game I've been meaning to play for quite a while now. I'm actually tempted to get around to it soon. And if we do, I probably will do it before Scarlet and Violet comes out in November. Because, gosh, that'll be so consuming to my life for those few months. Possibly even longer. Because I believe the sequel for it was coming out early next year or something. Let's see. We'll take that over. You're basically finished, but you're working on the optional content. Nice. I'd probably play it up to all achievements, assuming all achievements is attainable within a realistic amount of time. Because some games make some ultra ridiculously hard achievements, which sometimes I go for, sometimes I don't. Depends what type of super hard ones there are. Like, obviously for something Gems of War, we're always going to go for them. They could add, like, the most annoying achievement ever, and we will hunt it down. But, you know, for a game that you don't plan on playing nearly as much, it's slightly annoying when there's one that takes, like, 20 hours to do, like, one single achievement. And in a game like Gems of War, it doesn't matter too much because, you know, you're already playing for the long haul if you're bothering to play at all, most likely. But generally, like, those one-off games that just have, like, a random achievement. Like, the weirdest thing is, like, games where 95% of the achievements are doable in, like, the span of the storyline. And then there's, like, 3 achievements that take, like, longer than the entire storyline combined to do. That's, like, always the strangest thing when some games have that. Anyways, so, let's go ahead to the code. And then we'll go and mess with a few other things. One of those being the dragon that we got today. As well as opening some vault keys. Who knows, maybe even opening some vault keys with the dragon. Because we actually could. It wouldn't hurt to. Like, it could function. We'd have to change up the team slightly, but it would work. Actually, we could actually replace out... that would be funny. We could actually replace out... but then it might not do enough damage. But we could end up replacing out Phoenicia. In a team like that. Alright, let me go get you guys this code first. 1 second. Put that there, put that there. Put that there. And here you guys go. Not sure why it's not working. There it goes. Alright, there it is. So there you guys go. There's a redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Wherever your game says in the bottom left corner right over there is where you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with U3. And it gives the same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And there it is. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated as always. Anyways, let's go clear out this real quick. We do have a few gems on it, so might as well clear this out with Magma Dragon. And then we'll go mess with the other dragon for a little bit and then open some vault keys. There's a lot of dragon teams recently. Always good to see more better dragons. The only thing that's really bad about dragons is they have one of the worst 50% starts in the game. There's basically 2 things holding back dragons in Gems of War. The first is their 50% mana start is one of the worst troops out of any 50% mana start in the entire game. The second is they have way too many AoE options. Like, the main gimmick of dragons is that they hit all things simultaneously, or a good majority of them anyways. And this is exceedingly detrimental because of Submerge. If Submerge didn't exist, it wouldn't matter as much. But just the fact that Submerge exists, they get so hard countered if the enemy even has any. And a lot of dragon teams do not run Dispel. Like, you have to go out of your way to add Dispel to a dragon team. Unless we eventually get one that can do it really well. Because that could help fix dragons a little bit. If we actually got a dragon that could Dispel to any amount of decency. Oh, all achievements for the other game would require 1.5 playthroughs. That was one game that actually had achievements recently that I like started poking at. But I'm not sure I'm gonna bother finishing. That one, like Pokemon-like game, the Coromon one, they ended up finally adding achievements. The only problem is it requires like 2.5 playthroughs, and I already did one, which means basically 3.5 playthroughs because it didn't have achievements at the time to actually get them all, which is a slightly too annoying. Like, I don't mind like 2 playthroughs to get them all. Though, like, 3+ is starting to get too high of a category to do them all. Anyways, so we did that. Let's see. Dragon Hero class has Dispel. Yes, you can do it off a Dragon Hero class, but then you still have the issue of 50% mana start for them. But yes, the Dragon Hero class does have Dispel on its second to last trait. that you end up getting. And also has triple damage burning. Unfortunately, there's not too many good burning dragons. Anyways, let's go mess with a new dragon. So, of course, we covered a video on it earlier today. And we got the Topaz Arf, which is the yellow one. As far as my overall favorite, I'd probably have to say is probably the Rope Dart Mistralis one. Mostly because this utilizes the yellow aspect of him very well. Alright, so we're frozen on purple, which honestly we don't care much about. Is brown to purple, which does a lot. We actually have to go out of our way to stop him right now. So we'll do that. He'll convert. We're not frozen on... Oh, we are frozen on purple, though. No. Oh. You know what? We're just going to have to go for this and hope we have a good board. Okay, we won. So let's Rope Dart, the biggest threat. rednaZ Mistralis, who luckily is not frozen. Take a bunch of green just because we can. Take a cast right here. And this basically sets us up to just win. We're not frozen anymore. We take that. That gives us all of our mana pretty much. And now we just win. We throw that down. Ideally, we'd have enough damage here. We don't, but we just poke it and then kill it out with that. Yeah, this has been my favorite one for Topaz so far. It uses pretty much every broken thing you could think of. It uses Rope Dart off of auto extra turn. It uses Mistralis off of auto extra turn. Has a Throw for infinite mana. And that's all you need. We don't have Cleanse, though. That's the biggest detrimental thing with this team. Also, what on earth is that team, though? It's really funny. Yeah, we are really specifically missing a Cleanse on this one. If I'm not mistaken, Priest does auto-cleanse itself, which is nice. So we do get magic for our entire team except for Thrall every single time we take yellow, which is basically our entire team because Thrall does not gain any additional benefit from having armor. I mean, from having magic, I mean. You know, I'm actually going to do it this way. Because I don't really need Rope Dart in this situation. Unfortunately, we somehow missed almost every yellow gem on the board. Which is not ideal. Move them right next to each other. Which actually is a really fun combo, Mistralis into Rope Dart. Because you can combine them both next to each other so that the adjacent damage actually hits. Because the adjacent damage only hits if they're directly next to each other rather than a gap between them, like a troop gap. And Rope Dart allows you to re-angle the troop to be next to the other one so that Mistralis can actually hit. Which is one nice thing about the Rope Dart Mistralis combo. Which normally you don't have enough yellow mana to be able to go and get them up, but in this kind of team build you actually can, which is really nice. Because you have enough yellow to feed right to the other one and they were kind of good to go. And one really nice thing about this dragon, you would not think like 55% reduction is like a particularly high amount, but it's normally enough to get the job done. It's actually a pretty substantially high amount. Not the greatest reduction in the game, but enough to normally do what you need to do in a given battle. Unfortunately, we don't have purple here, so I'm just going to have to kill his hero. Luckily, he does not take any of this mana, so we'll take all that for ourselves. He does silence one of our more important options. Which is not ideal. We'll poke him again. So many yellow gems on the board. Barely touch them, though. Alright, first that's going to die. We could actually lose here due to that silence. Oh yeah, duh, I forgot. Extra turn actually takes it off of us. Perfect. I keep forgetting that hero class has Cleanse, even though I just mentioned it like moments ago. And I would kill it out with that and should be match. Only way that wouldn't have killed is if it hit only once, which it can do. But luckily it did not. Oh, hello, Nocti! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. But overall, this has definitely been my favorite team with the dragon. And it was the last team we built. Well, technically second to last, since I kind of redid the first one when we ended the video earlier. But yeah, do you guys like team building videos like that? Like, do you feel like it's too long, or would you rather just have the teams? Because going forward, for the most part, we'll be doing the team building on stream, but do the have the video just be, you know, like going over the teams. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. He got us with a lot of damage. Yeah, there's only bad version part with this team. One thing that we can do to kind of counter is a Voice of Orpheus, which works really good with the yellow one. Particularly good with the yellow one because you're actually actively wanting to take yellows, because cleanse all allies when you take yellow. So it's a nice counter to this. This is also the last team we end up making. just out of the fact that freeze was being way too annoying. So it was like, okay, let's just build the hard counter to it, which is what we ultimately end up doing near the end of the video. And this is mostly when we're getting tired of getting frozen a billion times, because a single yellow and we full cleanse the team. Oh, why'd I do that? I should have went for the other thing there. It's like right there we get our cleanse very easily. Throw down that, get a nice AoE, and he's already dead. You're way too into team building, more is better. Yeah, it's fun. Like, a lot of it I actually do off-stream a lot of times. Or, you know, off-stream and off-video. Where I kind of just don't even keep it in anything. Because sometimes it takes a while. Like, that video of us team building, you know, is almost an hour long. Like, when I do, like, really in-depth team building, like, it can go for hours of just messing with a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of just trial and error, just kind of having fun, seeing what works. And I try initially to try building into off-meta stuff, though it eventually shifts into whatever the most overpowered things are. Like, I was trying not to use Thrall, and then by the end it's like, let's just plop Thrall everywhere. Oh, why did I do that? I think we actually had enough damage to kill there. Because basically, I keep forgetting, Voice of Orpheus, for whatever reason, I keep thinking Voice of Orpheus is like Famine. Famine boosts based on all the enemies' mana. Voice of Orpheus boosts based on the your allies' mana. 10k gold keys got you 135 gems. Nice. Yeah, they really add up. They can start adding up really quickly. Like when you start using all your gems. Or gold keys, I mean. Because what did I do the math for just recently? Because we just did the math. It was 3,000 gems for about 400... what was it? For 400,000 or 500,000 I do it out for? I think I did it for 400,000. It was like 3,000 for 400,000. Gold keys. Which might not sound like a super high amount, but you know, it definitely adds up. Ooh, he's converted away the color I need. Not ideal, but we can just board clear it. So how much is Voice of Orpheus up to? Honestly, Voice of Orpheus damage, not that bad. Like, if you have the mana to back it up. Like, it's not insanely good. But it's also not that bad if you actually have a lot of big mana pools. I still wish it was a 2 boost ratio like Famine. Or at least a 1.5 or something. Because one issue Voice of Orpheus has always had is that its damage is not enough to one-shot. Like, it's a decent number, but it's not one-shot number. And that's always been one big thing holding Voice of Orpheus back from being used more. Because if it could actually consistently one-shot stuff, it would be used a lot more. But like, even right now, like after we just did that cast, it's not even hitting for 100. Like, it's hitting for under 100. Like, obviously once we get full mana back, it's hitting much better. It's hitting for, like, what is that, 137? But even a 137 this late into the game, that's normally not enough to one-shot. Like, even right there, it didn't even one-shot a damaged unit. I'm more so just trying to set up into that. There we go. Oh, could I have just taken a skull? Whoops, so it doesn't really matter. He died to that. Anyways, that's the new Topaz guy. One of the 6 dragons, and we'll have the other one soon. Anyways, let's go, open some Valkies. Let's go switch over to our, actually, we already set to the right one. So let me set it to Pure Magic. Alright, let's go and mess with a couple volts. Let's see, how many are we currently at? Let's go use like 31 of them, I guess. Go back to 3750. Actually, weren't we already at 3750 earlier? Did we guys get that many keys recently? What would have given us that many keys? I guess not. Where did the keys come from, though? But yeah, we'll use 31, I guess, right now. If I could find where my team just went off to. Where is it? There it is. I have it just called Dungeon for now. Oh, you posted a Topaz Dragon team? Oh, sorry, I didn't see what your team was. What was your team? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your team that you're poking at. You were thinking of something like Hero with Dawnbringer. I was considering a Dawnbringer team. I actually did not bother using one, I don't think, in the video. I made mention of Dawnbringer, but I don't think I actually put it onto a team. I think I initially did for like the very first team and then opted not to. Yellow Topaz Dragon, Essentia, and then Dragon Spirit. Interesting. Using it with Essentia? I have not much bothered trying to do Pure Dragon. Main reason being that Essentia, I feel like in most situations, is literally just an empty spot. I'd rather just have bigger mana accumulating options and use Essentia. The only one that might be an exception to is the 6-color dragon. But even in that situation, I'm pretty sure just running mana accumulators are going to be generally better than running Essentia in most situations. The one that actually might be the biggest exception might actually be the red one, now that I think about it. Mostly because of what you can end up doing with burning. And kind of get that rolling pretty quickly. Oh, major blue, nice. The only thing I hate about Essentia is it requires at least 1/4 for half of your team to use it. Like, it requires half your team if you want 50% mana start and explode. And it requires a 1/4 of your team if you just want the 50% start. Hey, we got a Volkey in our Volkey. It just uses up so much space that you could use to just loop mana. Because, of course, all the dragons benefit when you take their color. So if you're taking a bunch of blue off the blue one, or a bunch of red off the red one, or, you know, a bunch of yellow off the yellow one, it is better in most situations than just starting with more mana. Because you're constantly building up your damage output. Because we were hitting over 100, like, full AoEs, especially with the Humility team. There was one battle where I think we had, like, 180-something magic by the end. Like, we were hitting for almost 200 full AoE. That was mostly because Humility did a magic buff. Oh, I should have let that thing get the 1 mana it needed. I hate when I do that. Luckily, there's a brown just sitting there. Also, we have so many Volkeys we need to open. And that number is going to seem so much more intimidating after this weekend. Because even though we've been opening Volkeys for the last, like, week or so, assuming we will be farming for roughly 30-ish hours this weekend, we are quite literally going to have more Volkeys after this weekend than how many we had prior to when we started opening them. Like about a week ago. Which is going to make it seem like we have gotten no progress whatsoever. Because we'd literally be in negative progress. Because I think we started opening them around, like, what, 4,000 something? And after this weekend, we're easily going to have over 4,500. Assuming I do grind for that long. Though I am kind of planning to. I think we're going to do, like, 3 10-hour streams or so. All starting around noon and going until we get too tired to stream anymore. Though ideally to around the time that we would normally stream to. Like, you know, basically from noon till, like, 9. Basically starting like midday and then going until when we'd normally end the nightly stream. Trade some keys, I know, right? If only that was possible. I wonder how much a Vault key would go for if you could spend gems for it. Given that you can get an offer for 120, it would in theory have to be under 120. The value I've always put on them was around like 80-ish. So after they did the 20% update, that would technically mean 96. It's almost 100. So I guess you could consider a Volkey to be worth about 100 gems each in the current state of the game. Because the game prices them at 120 each. I believe is what the offer for them were. But their actual value is about 100 each. Because I said 80 prior to 20%, and 20% would make that 96, so it's basically 100. Any perfect runs yet? Surprisingly, no. We are a week into the new update, and I have still not gotten a single perfect run. Someone said earlier that the odds are like, what, about a 10-ish%, like 11 something or whatever it was. Which means, in theory, within the next few days, we will hopefully get a perfect run. But, yeah, we've done 7 runs. Not a single one has been perfect yet. So pretty unlucky. Well, we'll eventually. Who knows, maybe we'll get multiple days in a row where we just keep getting perfect after perfect. But if nothing else, we do have the gems to be able to get Dragonite every single day. Which actually, that's something I haven't pulled. I should probably pull that tomorrow. Are you guys actually buying Dragonite every single day? If they do it like RuneScape, the market value might drop. Oh gosh, RuneScape had like some of the funniest markets ever. I used to play it back in the day. If I ever do revisit RuneScape, we're probably going to stream a lot of it. It's a game that I've come back to and quit so many times in my lifetime. And if we ever go back to it again, we're probably going to stream it. The only problem with it is I don't feel like it would be that good of a stream game. Just because there's some things in that game that get very, very exceedingly repetitive. Especially the stuff I like to do, because I like doing the skilling, which is quite literally the most repetitive things to do in the game. But it's some of my favorite things to do. Like, I've made so many defense pure skillers. Especially when summoning defense pures used to exist back in, like, what, 2009, 2010? Those were some of the most insane, funnest builds ever. Do we know how much you get for perfect? It's around 80-something. Though level might affect how many Dragonite you get for it. But it seems to be around 80s, mid-80s. Oh, you lost your email and the other thing for one of your accounts? That's unfortunate. I did for my original account. Like, way back when. However, one of the more recent ones I made a couple years ago. One of my defense pure skillers. I actually still have that one. Though I did lose the one for the main, oddly enough. I'm not sure where that one went. But the defense pure skiller that I cared about more than the main, I still have that. I had a lot of progress too. I had almost all 99s. I had pretty standard defense pure build. Where you keep a really low level but have like near unkillable durability. Which is pretty much basically just a level 3 skiller that doesn't die. It's basically what defense pures are in RuneScape. It's basically all the fun of a skiller while still having some combat capability for various minigames and other stuff. Which reminds me, have they ever added back to old school RuneScape building creations or whatever that's called? It was called something creations. I can't actually remember it. Because that was by far the best minigame that was ever in the original RuneScape game. And it never made its way into old school RuneScape, unless they've added it in recent years. Oh, stealing creations. Like, stealing creations was by far the best minigame they ever made. And old school RuneScape didn't have it. I'm not sure if they eventually added it or not. But that was so much fun. Because it combines skilling and combat together in a really, really well way. Because half your team was, like, gathering a bunch of resources. So the other half of the team could then go and use those resources to fight. So basically a bunch of people were, like, crafters and, like, getting those... Like, a third of the team was, like, gathering resources. The other third is crafting those resources. And then the other third is, like, actually fighting with those resources. And it was a really, really good combination. They gave a lot of good skilling items as well. But it wasn't an old school RuneScape, unfortunately. And I'm pretty sure it's dead in the normal RuneScape game because there's so many other things to do. Actually, speaking about dead, doesn't old school RuneScape make more money than normal RuneScape, which I find really funny? Like, old school RuneScape does so well that you might actually have to just turn down or shut down the RuneScape servers just to support the old school RuneScape servers more, which is really, really funny. I might revisit that game at some point. Actually, it's kind of funny because the other two games I have as many hours in, or actually more hours than in Gems of War, I actually don't really play much these days. It's Warcraft 3 and RuneScape, particularly the old school variant. Because RuneScape we easily have over 20,000, and Warcraft 3 we also have over 20,000 in. The problem with Warcraft 3 is Blizzard kind of completely killed it when they remade it, because they remade it so horribly. Because Warcraft 3 is where Dota 1 came from, which eventually made Dota 2 one of the biggest esports there is. Only behind, like, League of Legends and a few others. But that's where Dota 1 originated from, was Warcraft 3. as well as a lot of other fun mini games that aren't nearly as popular as Dota 1. Okay, we got another tarot card. Unfortunately, all those tarot card sorts are kind of useless, but it's nice to collect them. Get a big number of them for no reason other than to have them. Alright, one more Volkey drop. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Anyone want me to go over? Do let me know. Otherwise, I think we might need to call it a wrap here till tomorrow night. Tomorrow we are going to be getting that Thundercloud pet for Zephyrus. Overall, not the greatest of pets, but it is a non-cosmetic one. Though it is boosting a pretty useless troop. Oh yeah, I was going to show its image here, but it's currently blocked by the guilds thing. But yeah, we'll be getting that Cloud tomorrow. A lot of people probably don't have it, including myself, oddly enough. It's one of those more recent ones. It's actually one of the more recent pets in the game. It does already exist. However, it came in version 6.2 several months ago, but unless you RNG'd into it and were on when it happened, you might not have a copy of it yet. And even if you do, you probably don't have it maxed yet, so definitely make sure to get more copies of it tomorrow. It's also one of the only few pets from that one patch they didn't add yet. I believe there's two other ones, one of which I already have, but I forget which one it is, and the other one is the one for Bonnie Rose, the parrot, which also has not come back around yet. These other two are for Arcanus, which... Wait, actually, what is the Arcanus one for? Never mind, maybe there was three. Maybe these are the three, never mind. So yeah, Arcanus, the one for Rose's parrot, and then the Zephyrus Cloud. The Zephyrus Cloud coming tomorrow. And has anyone actually seen Yasmin's petal yet? It should be in Drop Table, according to what they said on the forum. However, we don't have a copy of it yet, so hopefully we'll find it at some point. But has anyone actually found a Yasmin's petal just laying around? With how many pets there are in the game, obviously it would be pretty rare to end up finding one, but they are out there, supposedly. But we'll need to find it at some point. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. As I mentioned, we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every single night. I will catch you guys then. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone.